Hello everyone. Uh, Last time we had talked about velocity time graph, the different types of velocity time graphs. Today, in continuation with the video, we would be talking about the topic which is already written here on the board, how to calculate acceleration and the distance traveled from the velocity time graph of a body. So we are given the graph and we need to know the process how to calculate these two very important things, acceleration and the distance traveled by the body. So we have drawn the three different cases of the graphs: constant velocity, velocity increasing uniformly with time, and velocity decreasing uniformly with time. So we will be first taking one case. Let us say case 1, velocity of a body increasing uniformly with time. Velocity of a body increasing uniformly with time. So let us take some imaginary data, time, and let us say the velocity of the body at 0 second. Let us say the velocity is 0 meter per second. Let us say 5 seconds, the velocity is 10 meter per second. Let us say 10 seconds, the velocity is 20 meter per second. So if you see this data, the velocity of the body is increasing. The time gap we have kept it as 5 seconds. So the time gap is 5 seconds and the velocity gap is 10 meter per second. So if we plot a graph for this given data, we take velocity along the y-axis, time along the x-axis, because velocity is the dependent variable, time is independent. So we have got time 0, 5, 10 seconds. So it is 0, 5, 10 and 15. Sorry, 0, 5, 10. So it is 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 15 seconds. So it is in seconds now. And velocity is 0, 10, 20. So let us take 10 meter per second. Let us say this is 20 meter per second. So once we have got this data here, we can represent this with in the graph. At 0, it is 0 meter per second. So it is this is the first point. At 5 seconds, it is 10 meter per second. At 10 seconds, it is 20 meter per second. So we have got these 3 points. Join the 3 points, we get a graph. Let us mark it as A and this as B. And let us say this is C and this is D. If the question is find the acceleration, we need to find out of the body. Now if you look at this case, A is equal to V minus U by T. This is already known to you. Now here there is an uniform increase in velocity, therefore A must be constant. So A must be constant here. Why? Because with increase in time, for equal increase in time, we have got equal increase in velocity also. So acceleration is equal to constant. So I need to find out the acceleration from this particular graph. So we have marked point A and point B, and then we have got C and point D. So let us find out the acceleration between O to B. Between O to B. So how to find out the acceleration between O to B? Now from O, what is the change in velocity? We need to find out. A is equal to change in velocity divided by time taken. And what is the change in velocity? If you look at the graph between O and B, this is the graph. B to D is the change in velocity. This is the change in velocity here. And O to D is the change in time. So this is the time, and this B to D is the change in velocity. So what is change in velocity here? B to D divided by OD, and this would be equal to, what is the length of B to D? It is 20 divided by O to D is 10, so we get 2 meter per second square. Okay, now let us find out acceleration between O and A. So what to do now? Same thing, we need to find out change in velocity, and we need to find out the change in time. So what is the change in velocity here? AC is the change in velocity. What is the time? OC is the time. What is the length of AC? If you look at the graph, A to C, it is 10 meter per second divided by time is 5, so it is 2 meter per second square. Okay, now the same thing we can do. Let us find out acceleration between A to B. Now to find out the acceleration between A to B, we have to know the change in velocity, and we need to know the time. Now see the change in velocity from here, from this point A. Let us draw another line. Let us say this is E. What is change in velocity? If you look at the graph, the change in velocity is nothing but B to E is the change in velocity, A to E is the time taken. So it is BE upon AE, and this is nothing but, what is the length of BE? It is 20 minus 10 divided by AE is 10 minus 5. So it is 10 by 5, we get 2 meter per second square. Now what is the thing we are finding out? Acceleration. And what is the value we get? 2 meter per second square. So at every point in this graph, in this velocity time graph, where the velocity of the body is increasing uniformly with time, we find that acceleration remains constant. Okay? So in all these cases, when we take all the different points here, we find out the acceleration at A, then we are finding out the acceleration between A and B, then O to A, then O to B. We are getting that the acceleration of the body remains constant. Okay, so to generalize it, how to find out the acceleration? Acceleration can be found out by drawing a perpendicular, we know the base, we are getting perpendicular by base. And what is perpendicular by base? Perpendicular by base is called as slope. We have already discussed this when we have talked about distance time graph. So finding out the perpendicular by base ratio, what we did here, it is BD upon OD, we get 2 meter per second square. AC upon OC, it is 2 meter per second square. And when we are finding out between A and B, it is BE upon AE, again we are getting 2 meter per second square. So acceleration remains constant in this particular case. Okay, so in this we can write here, acceleration of the body, or this velocity of a body increasing uniformly with time. This can also be written as acceleration is equal to constant. And how are we finding out the acceleration of the body? We are finding out the acceleration of the body by finding out the ratio of perpendicular by base. So let us see, we can generalize this statement now. Let me erase the board. So in this graph, acceleration remaining constant. So how to find out acceleration? Acceleration is equal to perpendicular divided by base of the VT graph. So we have been given the VT graph. So if it is a general graph this way, we have got velocity, we have got time, this is the graph. How to find out the acceleration? Let us say this is O, this is point A. Drop a perpendicular, let us say this is point B. So from here we get acceleration is equal to AB by OB, and this is nothing but slope of the VT graph. So it's very easy to find out acceleration. Acceleration अगर आपको निकालना है तो perpendicular by base कर लो. अगर हमको ये दोनों points में निकालना है, let us say this is XY, तो यहाँ से एक perpendicular draw कर लो, यहाँ से एक perpendicular कर लो. This is YZ. इस जगह पे क्या होगा? Acceleration is equal to YZ by XZ. Okay, so this is the way to find out the acceleration of the body. Now let us talk about how to calculate the distance traveled by the body from the velocity time graph. So let us take the same data again and draw the graph again. We have got velocity, we have got time, and in seconds, and velocity is in meter per second. So the graph is this. So we are getting a graph which is a straight line. Let us mark this as point A, this is point B, this is point C, and this is point D. The question here is how to calculate the distance traveled by the body from VT graph. So where is the graph? We are having a graph here. So if the question is calculate the distance traveled calculate the total distance, let us say total distance traveled by the body in 10 seconds. Now what is the formula for distance? Distance is equal to speed multiply time. So if you look at this, in this graph, what do? Like we have to find out the distance traveled between 0 second and 10 seconds, and this is the point we have. It's a very simple process. Enclose the graph. Enclose the graph with the time axis. So once we enclose this graph with the time axis, we have got this. This is our graph O to B, and then we close it by drawing a perpendicular from B by drawing a perpendicular from B on the time axis. So once we draw the perpendicular, now look at the figure which we get. What type of a figure are we getting? We get a triangle. So distance would be equal to, distance is equal to area of triangle OBD. So if you find out the area of triangle OBD, you will get half into base into height. So this is equal to half, what is base? It is OD multiply B to D. Okay, so you know the value of OD, you know the value of PD. So this would be equal to half, OD is 10, B to D is 20, so we get 100 meter. So this is the distance travelled by the body in between 0 and 10 seconds. Now let us find out the distance travelled between 5 seconds and 10 seconds. So we have to calculate distance travelled by the body between 5 seconds and 10 seconds. So very easy. What to do? We have to close the graph with the time axis. So where is the graph? We have got this graph between 10 seconds, 5 seconds and 10 seconds. So between 5 seconds, so this is the line that we get, and here we get this line. So what type of a figure we get? This is nothing but a trapezium. So if you calculate the area of this trapezium, you will get the distance travelled by the body between 5 seconds and 10 seconds. So this is equal to area of ABDC, trapezium ABDC, and this is what? Half into sum of parallel sides multiply height. So this is half into, what are the parallel sides here? We have got AC and BD. So it is AC plus BD multiply height is C to D. So this is equal to half into, what is AC? The length of AC is 10 plus, what is the length of B to D? It is 20 multiply C to D is 10 minus 5, so it is 5. Okay, so this is half into 30 into 5, so we get 75 meter. So this is the way we calculate the distance travelled by the body. What would be the distance travelled between 0 and 5 seconds? What would be the distance travelled? Now if you look at 0 and 5 seconds, this is the figure. This is the figure. So area of triangle OAC, this will give you the distance between 0 and 5 seconds. So this is half, base is 5 into height is 10. So we get 25 meter. So this is 25 meter here, here it is 75 meters, so the total distance would be 75 plus 25, 100. Now if you see the total area, what is the total area? Half into 10 into 20, you will get 100 meter again. So you can find out this area, and then add them up to get the total distance traveled by the body. So how are we calculating the distance traveled from the velocity time graph? We are enclosing the graph with the time axis and calculating the distance traveled. So what is the distance traveled? Equal to area under the area of the figure obtained by enclosing the graph with the time axis. So we had velocity increasing uniformly, we were having this. So in this case, what is the area? Let us mark this as O, this as A. Close the graph by drawing a perpendicular. Let us say this. What is step 1? From point A draw a perpendicular AB on the time axis. From point A, drop a perpendicular AB on the time axis. Step 2, find the area of triangle AB or OAB. This is half into OB into AB. So this is the way we find out the distance traveled by the body. The case was velocity of a body increasing uniformly with time. Okay. Now let us move on to the second case, where we have the velocity of the body remaining constant with time. Here we have got a graph where velocity is remaining constant. This is case 2. So we get this type of a graph AB. The VT graph is a straight line parallel to the time axis. Now the question here is to find acceleration. Second one is to find the distance traveled. So let us see how to find out. Now in the previous graph, where the velocity was increasing uniformly with time, what we did, we dropped a perpendicular, and here acceleration is equal to perpendicular by base. So we get, let us say this is A, this is B, this is O, we get AB by OB. Now if you look at this graph, what is the slope here? Slope is equal to 0 because there is no change in velocity. So if you find a graph which is a line parallel to the time axis, it means constant velocity, and if it is a constant velocity, the acceleration must be equal to 0. Okay, there is nothing to calculate here because the graph is a flat line. It's parallel to the time axis, so there is no slope. So here in this case, acceleration would be equal to 0. Now the question is to calculate the distance traveled by the body. Now if it is having a constant zero acceleration also, the body is moving, so it must be having some distance traveled. So let us find out the distance traveled from this graph. So distance is equal to, what to do now? We have got point B here. Now from point B we can drop a perpendicular on the time axis like we did in the previous graph. So let us mark this point as C. So the first thing is drop a perpendicular from point B on the time axis. So once we drop a perpendicular here, what do we get? We get a rectangle now. So if the body is moving with a constant velocity, the graph would be parallel to the time axis, and when you enclose it with the time axis, you get a rectangle. So area of this rectangle, OABC would be equal to the distance traveled, and this would be equal to length multiplied by breadth. So this is, you can take OC into OA, or you can take AB multiply BC. OC is same as AB and OA is same as BC. So if you find out the area of this rectangle, you get the distance traveled by the body. Okay, let us see case number 3, velocity of the body decreasing with time. So what is the graph? How does the graph look like? We have already drawn this in the previous class. It is VT. So the velocity is decreasing with time. So if we take some given data, let us say imaginary data, let us say 0 second, the velocity is 20 meter per second. At 5 seconds, let us say it is 15 meter per second. At 10 seconds, let us say it is 10 meter per second. At 15 seconds, no, is it possible? 20, 15, 10, then we'll get 5 meter per second, then we get 20 seconds, the velocity would be 0 meter per second. Now let us put this data and draw a graph. We have got VT. So at 0 seconds, so we have got 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 0, 5, 10 and 15, then we have got 20 meter per second, and time in seconds, we have got 0, 5, 10, 15, 20. At 0 second, we have got 20 meter per second. So this is the first point. At 5 seconds, we have got 15 meter per second. This is the second point. At 10 seconds, it is 10 meter per second. This is the third point we get. At 15 seconds, we have got 5 meter per second. This is the fourth point. And at 20 seconds, it is 0 meter per second. So we get a graph which is moving downwards. Now here initial velocity is 20, final is 10. So here we have the case initial velocity is greater than final velocity, therefore A is equal to V minus U by T must be negative, and this is a case of negative acceleration, or we can say retardation. How do we find acceleration? We have talked about acceleration is equal to slope of VT graph, and this is nothing but perpendicular by base. So here also let us mark this as A, this is B, this is C, this is D, and this is E. Now if I want to find out retardation here, retardation would be equal to perpendicular by base. When I am using retardation, I need not put any positive or negative sign, but if I am using acceleration, I need to put a positive or negative sign now. Now retardation is equal to slope of VT graph. Now already we are having a triangle here. So if you want to find out the slope, it is perpendicular is OA and base is OE. So this is 20 by 20, it is 1 meter per second square. Now this is retardation is 1 meter per second square, or we can write here acceleration is equal to, when I am using acceleration I will write minus 1 meter per second square. Now if I want to find out the acceleration between C and D, the same process again. From C to D, I just have to draw a perpendicular here, I need to draw a base here, let us say this is F. What is the acceleration here? We will get minus, because it is retardation, it is CF by FD, and this will be equal to, what is the length of CF? It is 5, minus 5 by FD is 5. So we get 1 meter per second square, which is negative. So this is the way we find out the acceleration of the body from the velocity time graph, where the velocity of the body is decreasing with time. It's the same way. We find out the perpendicular by base, or we find out the slope of the VT graph. Okay, now let us find out the distance traveled by the body here. Okay, so how to calculate distance here from this graph? Distance already we have talked about. We have to close the graph with the time axis. The graph is already closed. So here area under the VT graph. So what do we have? We have got a triangle here. So it is OAE. This is area of triangle OAE. So this is half into base into height. This is half. What is the base here? It is OE into height is OA. This is half into, what is the length of OE? It is 20, OA is 20. So we get 200 meter. If the question is find out the distance traveled between 0 and 10 seconds, let us say here. So we need to find out the area of, let us say this is F. So between 0 and 10 seconds, distance would be equal to area of, now here we can see a trapezium OFCA. So this is half sum of parallel sides into height. So it is sum of parallel sides and this is height. So you can find out the distance traveled here also. So in this graph we calculate acceleration. Here we got negative acceleration. When the graph is coming downwards this way, the velocity time graph is coming downwards, it is retardation. But here we can calculate the distance traveled the same way by finding out the area under the VT graph. So here we get a triangle, so we can get the distance traveled. If you want to find out between 0 and 10, 0 to 15, 0 and 5, you can easily find out by closing the graph with the time axis. Okay, so this is all here in these three cases. We talked about the process to calculate the acceleration. We talked about the process to find out the distance traveled from the velocity time graph. So the next video that we have is going to tell you how to solve the numericals, where you have got a mixture of all these three cases. Okay, so until then, bye bye and thank you very much.